So I guess this is how it goes? Maybe. But anyways, hi guys. My name is Gian. You probably never seen my face before, but if any case you don't know, this is called the Why Approach Podcast, and I'm just gonna put it on my YouTube channel because why not? I kind of want to record it, make you guys see my face and like interact a little bit more because why not? And so I'm honestly gonna continue doing this like this from now on because this is always something I wanted to try. I always wanted to put my face forward, and like so far I've been putting my voice forward for about maybe 9 months at this point. So I'm gonna just keep going with this, and I'll just keep going, because why not? This is how we're gonna keep doing the podcast from now on. It's gonna be you and me and you, the viewers, the video. I don't really care if this is the best viewing video or whatever like that, but you know what? Happens, it happens, right? And so, I mean, today's pretty much unscripted. Every other podcast I've ever done was scripted. So like it's a little weird for me to actually just kind of riff of how I did it. But if you're new and you just met me, hi again. But also this podcast is just honestly just every lesson that I've learned. I know I'm 21 years old and people could be like, who the frick are you? I don't have loads of money. I'm not one of those gurus or anything like that. But I know definitely there are some lessons that I've learned that have put me a little bit ahead of some people, and so I know that I'm a little bit mature. I can communicate well with people. I have a great job being a content manager and everything like that. And just I'm learning so much stuff right now. And I know that I just want to document this journey with you guys. And so let's grow together and let's learn together. Right. And so speaking on that, right. So I actually wanted to go over something that I actually learned really, really recently. Not really, really, yeah, actually, really, really recently. And it's actually, so I know I mentioned this before, but on the podcast anyway, if you haven't listened to it, then go to listen to it. I'll probably have a link in the bio or something like that. I'll come up with that later, probably like down here or something. But anyways, so I've had a porn addiction since like way the dawn of time, at least in my life, pretty much about like when I was 10 years old, which is sad. And so that's been really, really tough for me. And so obviously I'm now in recovery and everything like that, and it's going great. But one thing I did learn from one of the coaches that I have that is actually helping me along this journey, he really drove this point home. And he was just basically saying, like, be present. I know that sounds simple. Like, oh, have gratitude. Yeah, be present. It sounds very simple, but like, I thought of it as just like, oh yeah, like I'm being present, like I'm being present right now to you guys, to this video or whatever like that. But he said it in a way that it was very, very different because I had a tough time like kind of registering it in my own mind and everything like that. It was just be present in all things. So not in just like an overwhelming way, like when someone tells you to be present and you're just like, gotta be present all the time. Like I kind of want to check out sometimes, you know? And so a lot of times we do need to check out because we need to escape, whatever like that. But what he said was very, very, very interesting to me is because what he said to me was basically instead of just thinking like I have to be present at all times to everything that I'm ever doing. It's just basically no, like that's still forward thinking. That's still thinking in the future because technically you haven't reached. I don't know, but let's say it's 4 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock right now, and so my present isn't 7 o'clock later this night. So I shouldn't be thinking about what I'm doing at 7. I should be focused on what I'm doing at 4 o'clock, which is this video, correct? And so he was basically like, focus on the moment that you're at. 1 hour at a time, one activity at a time is like, I am going to win this. I'm going to have victory in this moment. I'm going to have victory in this moment and nowhere else. And then when the next activity comes, okay, bet. I can forget what happened before because I can't change what happened and I can't influence the future until I'm already there. So I'm going to win right now. Why not? And I've started doing this. Just like it's kind of like a mental check, where you just get reminded by like an alarm or a phone or whatever like that. And it was just basically like, let's say I'm working because I work remotely and I work from my computer. Like literally, I literally work here, pretty much. And a lot of times I can get distracted and be like, my mind tends to wander into like everything that I don't want to ever want to think about. And I'm just like, whoa, hold on. I want to win this moment. I want to win this shift. I want to win this shift of my work. I want to give my all. I'm going to win this moment. Like just this moment, just focus on this moment. And that's being present. And it was honestly so changing for me because I was always so worried about like, am I gonna be all right for tomorrow? Am I gonna be all right for later tonight or whatever like that? Always focusing on the future and what I would do next. And a lot of times we as people can honestly just do that, like, what's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? And it's tough. It really, really, really is tough. And that's the problem that we all have. And what really helped me was just like having that quick reminder to just be present, present in the moment, present with you right here, right now, watching this video, maybe not even watching it, or maybe I'm just doing it for myself. Probably I'm just doing it for myself, but whatever. And just be present, like right here, right now. Because while it may be overwhelming at first, you got to actually think it in a much more smaller detail. Just think about it. What am I doing right now? And can I really focus on that moment? Put away my phone, put away my friends, put away the notifications, just put them all aside and being like, am I giving my all right now? Because when you don't get the best results. You always get back what you put into something. You don't just like, oh, I'm just going to put mediocre stuff into my work and then get amazing results by accident. No, that happens with algorithms, but life is not an algorithm. Life isn't an algorithm. Your work output isn't an algorithm. Sure, you may be a content manager like I am, so like I'm kind of dependent on algorithms for the moment. But with everything else that you're doing in life, the amount of hard work or the amount of dedicated and focused work that you're doing always is contributed to the results that you will always get back. Whether you will see that it didn't work all right, so you have a faster rate of reflecting and seeing what did work or what didn't work, then you could just keep moving on. Or you actually put in all your work and then you got an amazing result, and then you're like, okay, great. How can we make this even better? Does that make sense? I'm asking someone who's not even there. So, yes, probably it does make sense. Not, yell at me in the comments. I don't really care. I mean, that's a quick explanation of how being present really is. It's not just kind of like a thing where you just think like, "Oh, I got to be present," and just a saying that you say to yourself. No, it's just a reminder. It's literally like when you start to check off and like literally you start to doze and you're not present in the moment. You're at dinner with the kids or whatever, with the kids, with your family, with your girlfriend, with your spouse or significant other, whatever. Like you're at you're at the place with another person and you just start to doze off. You start to scroll on your phone. Both of you do. And then it's supposed to remind you, wait, I'm supposed to be present. Like I gotta win this moment. And what does winning look like? Giving value to another person. I give value to my boss by doing my good work. And I'm not like saying like I'm not paid enough to do that. I'm like I'm gonna give exceedingly and abundantly more so that he knows how much value I can bring so that he can never really replace me. That's a whole nother side story. But when being present with a family member or a girlfriend or a significant other, your value and your presentness is giving value to the other person because you're like, I'm gonna stop all the side distractions, all the memes, all the shows, all the things about other people, and I'm just gonna focus and dial in on you. How are you doing? What did you do today? How was it? Did you enjoy today? How'd you like it? Blah 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 blah. Talking about things and actually getting to know the other person. And that's the most important thing. Because if you're not present, then you won't actually enjoy the things that you're doing. If you're so focused on success, which a lot of people and a lot of young people like me are, which is a good thing, but a lot of times we can just focus on like future, 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 future. And then we just forget how fun the journey is supposed to be because the joy of the journey is learning all these new things, getting to try all these new things, getting to actually receive the paycheck when you do, and like actually moving forward and being present at those times lets you enjoy those things. But if you're continually facing forward all the time, don't get me wrong, forward thinking is very, very important and is very necessary in order to succeed, in order to get ahead, in order to do greater things. I had to be forward thinking to actually do this because if not, I would not do this. I would not actually set everything up to record. But if you're not present, you won't even enjoy the road to get to that future. And then you'll probably burn out anyways, because I know I have, because I wasn't present. I wasn't present with my family. I wasn't present with what I was doing. I wasn't present with my previous content. I wasn't present in this. And so, yeah, that's something so very valuable that I've learned honestly in this past month. And I just wanted to share it because I mean, that's all that this is about, the Why Approach. And the Why Approach podcast, anyway, it's just, I'm just sharing my approach on life. I'm sharing why I'm doing it and how other people can get to know their why. And I'm just being unapologetically me, unapologetically who God created me to be. And whether that offends some people, sure. Whether people like it, sure. Amen. Hallelujah. But if you don't like it, then you don't need to watch it. If you do like it, well, hey, we're here together. We can learn from each other, right? Because that's the whole point of this. And I just wanted to go ahead and say this. I hope you guys enjoy this and subscribe if you like it. Peace.